I am a doctor between a lot of non-doctors over here. I've been delivering a lot of talks to my doctor colleagues, but this is the first time to deliver talks between the media person, the PR person. My topic is PCOS. This must be a new word to you all, but polycystic ovarian syndrome is one of the latest pandemic amongst adolescents. And next slide. So you should not be going so fast. When I say next slide, it should be the next slide, not the third, fourth slide. Next. So the burden of PCOS in India is 36% of the Indian population suffers from polycystic ovarian syndrome. I'm talking about women here. And 1 in every 5 women and 2 in every 5 adolescents suffers from polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it's just the tip of an iceberg. Next slide. So what is PCOS? PCOS is a heterogeneous endocrine disorder which is present in women. They present with menstrual irregularities, maybe they present with excess male hormones or multiple cysts in the ovaries, sometimes acne, but they have a lot of varied signs and symptoms and they are not able to know what they are suffering from. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. The main problem is hormonal imbalance and insulin resistance. Next slide. So these are some of the causes of PCOS. The modifiable factors are behavior change, diet and exercise, which we targeted amongst our audience. I was lucky enough to be in charge of the state capital's biggest hospital, JP Hospital. And along with that, I'm also in charge, Director Health IEC, plus I'm in charge of the CHO program of Madhya Pradesh. So taking the advantage of that, I worked for polycystic ovarian syndrome girls. And next slide. So these are some of the common presentations. They come with acne, menstrual irregularities, obesity, sometimes fertility issues, metabolic syndromes, acanthosis nigrans, or they can present with one or any of the combination of these symptoms. Next slide. So when we look at these girls, they come with different presentations at different stages of their life. Suppose a girl is coming to us with PCOS, she may just be presenting with acne or a little bit of hirsutism. As she ages, she may present with irregular menses. Then if she gets married and still she is not treated and taken care of, she can come with difficulty in conception, insulin resistance, metabolic syndromes, lipid imbalance, cardiovascular diseases, and these patients are more prone to having endometrial and ovarian cancers as compared to the normal women. Next slide. So I would say that PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, is a disease of affluentarian and sedentarism. What does that mean? That today's girls, when we see they get up late in the morning, they have sedentary lifestyle, they have a lot of midnight waking because they are awake for late hours in the evening, they have late working hours because they are working for multinational companies, so they have to be awake the night to meet the time slag of the Western countries. They are stuck and glued to TV and mobiles, and when we look back, the latest gulli danda, kho-kho, kabaddi which we used to play in our times has been replaced by the mobile games. And the processed food, the junk food is just a phone call away. The Swiggy and Zomato will just a phone call away from all of us, and no outdoor activities. So this is what is leading to the modern disease of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Next slide. So what we did in JP Hospital is, we did a study, and the study still continues on about 2,000 plus women and girls. Next slide. So first of all, we got in touch with the education department, higher education department, industries department, tribal department, and we got the Red Cross incorporated, all those agencies. We got in touch, we created a lot of awareness programs. We introduced the concept of what PCOS is to these girls so that they know whether they are suffering from the disease or not. So we had a huge number of girls from Bhopal division as a pilot project who were now sensitized to what PCOS is. And once, next slide, we did a lot of talk shows on televisions and radios. We trained the CHO. CHO is a huge mass of community health officers selected by government, and they are working in the sub-centers. They have reached to the lowermost functionaries, the people of the village. So they are the best resources for us. So we train them also. Next slide. When these patients came to us, we did anthropometric measurements because I'll show you a short 1-minute video which is going to be very explicit. We decided the right plan. We told them to make a personalized diet, and then we corrected it and gave a personalized diet plan to each and every patient who was coming to us. Exercise tracking was very important. We did that. PCOS it is very important that we do the blood test. So we did all the hormonal assays and the blood test of these patients. We did a strict follow-up, monitoring, and medication was given, and that is how we holistically and comprehensively treated this patient. By the way, PCOS is a disease which, it is one of the most underdiagnosed and underestimated disease, and gynecologists, physicians, dermatologists, then Ayurvedacharyas, lifestyle coaches, dietitians all claim to be their domain of treatment. Whereas it is a comprehensive disease of hormonal imbalance and has to be taken holistically. Next slide. Weight loss is pivotal in PCOS. So you can see this patient who was wandering here and there, showing to a lot of doctors, and finally she was not knowing what problems she was suffering from. She came to our center. She lost about 23 kgs in 1.5 years, and she was moving around for 9 years with fertility issues, and she conceived at the center. Next slide. Next slide. These are all the patient successful stories. Next slide. So look at this picture. She's a 22-year-old girl who had a BP of 149/98. Her body mass index was disturbed. She had waist-hip ratio was disturbed. She had a cylindrical body, and then she was told what problem she's having. She managed to control in 3 years' time, and she's absolutely fit and fine now. Next patient is similar story. Next slide. Next. So these are all the patients these are successful stories of Madhya Pradesh. Next. So insulin resistance is one of the most critical factors in polycystic ovarian syndrome. Normally, people they used to think that I've got a skin tag, so that's birthmark, I've just got it, without realizing that skin tags is a part of insulin resistance. नहाती नहीं है इसके काला हो गया गर्दन के पीछे आर्मपिट पे काला हो गया. This is not because of dirt, it is because the insulin resistance in our body causes darkening and thickening of the skin. So we told the girls that this is the problem. We told their mothers that it is not something out of dirt or being untidy, it is a part of hormonal imbalance. So they realized these are all the stories. Next, look at the picture of this girl. She's got a black tongue. Then all these patients were young girls who did not even know that they had the problem. Unfortunately, there was no family history of these girls. That means it was a lifestyle which was causing their PCOS. Next. So you can't face the problem and the problem is your face. So these girls had a lot of acne issues and were going to all sorts of homeopaths for their treatment, but it was not because of just a superficial acne. It was something from inside which was causing all these things. So they realized, and then they're all fit and fine girls now. Next. So these are the statistics. Because we are running short of time, I would not go into the detail of this. Next slide. So neck circumference is also very critical in PCOS. If the girl is having a neck circumference of more than 32, that means she's moving. These are the initial signs of insulin resistance. So these are similar pictures of high BMI, body mass index, waist-hip ratio more than 8.85. Next slide. Unwanted hair is also critical in polycystic ovarian syndrome. So these girls had a lot of hair issues. Next. So after a lifetime of work, Hippocrates concluded that all the diseases start from your gut. So we targeted on the gut. Next slide. So we targeted the biochemistry of the patients. Next slide. Next. I would not be talking about this because our patients used to come with lots of different type of diet, Mediterranean diet, Dukan diet, intermittent fasting, and they used to, what we told our patients was, we had more than 2,000, now we have more than 3,000 patients. We told them that no one particular diet is going to be beneficial. Any diet which you can follow all your life, any diet which is not out of the box of what you have been eating all your life is going to be beneficial to you. And an energy deficient with exercise is the mainstay of treatment of PCOS with very high protein diet. Next. Actually, a lot of self-proclaimed dietitians In the Google and internet, they teach you a lot of things, concoctions of soups and broths, but that is something which you will never be able to follow all your life. So what is correct had to be told to these girls, and we got wonderful results. Next. So these were some of the strategies. I would not go into the detail about fats. You don't have to eat trans fat. Next slide. Protein intake in Indians is as low as 8 to 9% as compared to the 20% of the calories which should come from the proteins. But it is not there with the girls because they get up late in the morning, then they rush to the colleges and schools. There they are bombarded with samosa, kachori and all these things. And then they eat all junk food, and in the afternoon they don't eat. When they come back again they are hungry. So it is only in the night, if you're non-vegetarian, you may take a portion of fish or maybe a bowl of dal. So that's the only protein which girls are consuming. So you have to increase your protein. That's the mainstay in PCOS. Next. Yes, next. We talked about how to substitute these things with high protein diet. Next. Next. And next. So if you look at this picture, we have a lot of advertisements telling that you must take this can of juice. This is full of beautiful fresh apple juice. But in reality, if you take one apple, it's going to give you 50 calories. Whereas if you take a glass of apple juice, which is the advertisement companies proclaim to be the healthiest thing, next, that's going to give you 200 calories. So it's up to you whether you have to take fresh 50 calories or 200 calories. Our girls are fond of munching biscuits, and the purses, I'm sure a lot of people over here must be having a packet of biscuits in their purses. So biscuit is something which should be total no, because they have to be replaced by fresh fruits, because they have palm oil, they have fine flour, they have a lot of sugars, salt and empty calories. This should be told that it should not be consumed. Next. Next. Yeah, this is a very interesting slide. I'm very sure. I am short of time. Yes, we can go ahead. इस तरह से खाना खाना चाहिए. Like roti should be left behind because this is carbohydrate. Next. So when the life is playing a role, that means next. Diabetes, hypertension, obesity, PCOS and lipid imbalance start doing bhangra. Next slide. Behavior change, happiness, active lifestyle, nutrition, glucose control, risk reduction, and abstinence from substance abuse. Thank you. Next slide. I have a 2-minute video. If you allow me, just 2 minutes. Can you just switch on my video? It's 1.5 minutes. Next. Thank you.
Now.
1 second. So 1 minute.
Oh, sorry.
Can you switch on the audio, please? Audio. Sorry? So if the audio is not working, that's no problem.
अच्छा नहीं लगता कहीं फंक्शन में. मेरी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मुझे हेयर ग्रोथ ज़्यादा हो रही है, चेस्ट पे भी बाल ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. मेरा वज़न 1 महीने में 6-8 किलो बढ़ गया है. 2-3 साल से कि मेरा जो पीरियड साइकिल है वो बढ़ के आ रहा है. मेरी शादी को 3 साल हो गए हैं और मेरे को प्रेगनेंसी नहीं रुक रही है. लोग ताने कसते हैं. अच्छा नहीं लगता, कहीं फंक्शन में भी नहीं जा पाती, किसी के साथ उठते बैठते नहीं हूँ ज़्यादा. मैं
मेरे चेहरे पर ज़्यादा बाल आने लगे थे. घर से निकलना मुश्किल हो गया था. मैं कॉलेज नहीं जा पाई. मेरी पढ़ाई अधूरी रह गई.
18 से 40 वर्ष तक की लड़कियों और महिलाओं के बीच इस तरह की समस्याएं होना आम बात हो गई है. ये लड़कियों और महिलाओं में पॉलिसिस्टिक ओवरी सिंड्रोम यानी PCOS बीमारी के कारण हो रहा है.
PCOS जैसे कि नाम सजेस्ट करता है, ये सिंड्रोम है. इसमें बहुत सारे लक्षण का समूह होता है, जैसे कि हील मुहासे, इरेगुलर मेंसेस, मोटापा, हर्सुटिज्म, मूड स्विंग्स, डिप्रेशन।
लड़कियों और महिलाओं में बढ़ती इस बीमारी का कारण है असंतुलित व अनियमित भोजन, अतिरिक्त जंक फूड खाना, देर रात तक जागना, नींद पूरी ना होना, बहुत रात तक टीवी, मोबाइल और लैपटॉप का उपयोग करना।
उससे हमारी बॉडी की जो सर्केडियन रिदम होती है डिस्टर्ब हो जाती है और उसकी वजह से जो हमारी बॉडी के हार्मोन्स हैं वो भी असंतुलित हो जाते हैं।
रोशनी क्लिनिक में प्रत्येक बुधवार को दोपहर 2 बजे से लड़कियों और महिलाओं का निःशुल्क इलाज किया जाता है। इस दौरान मरीज का फुल बॉडी चेकअप, खून की जांच सहित संपूर्ण चिकित्सकीय परामर्श दिया जाता है।
पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में उन महिलाओं के लिए जिनको बांझपन की वजह से घर में बाहर हर जगह ताने सुनने पड़ते थे और बहुत सारी नेगेटिविटीज को फेस करना पड़ता था सोसाइटी में, उनके लिए निःशुल्क योजना स्टार्ट की गई थी।
शुरू में थोड़े थोड़े कम मरीज आ रहे थे, लेकिन जैसे जैसे जन जागरूकता हुई तो अब धीरे धीरे काफी मरीज बढ़ने लगे हैं।
2018 में जब मैंने हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर को स्टार्ट किया तब ये इतने अच्छे रूप में नहीं था, तो मैंने इसको पूरा सिस्टमैटिक तरीके से ऑर्गेनाइज किया और ये रियलाइज किया कि ज़्यादातर जो बांझपन की महिलाएं हमारे पास आ रही हैं उसमें लगभग 50 to 60% महिलाओं को पीसीओएस की वजह से, हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस की वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम हो रही है। हम लोगों ने ये सोचा कि हम केवल दवाई देंगे तो ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं रिजॉल्व होगी, तो हमारे जो CHO प्रोग्राम जिसकी मैं इंचार्ज भी हूँ, उन CHOs को मैंने ट्रेन किया, एक फॉर्मेट हम लोगों ने बनाया।
जैसे मरीज आता है उसका हम लोग और मैडम के मार्गदर्शन में उसका कहा होता है कि पूरा फॉर्म भरते हैं, उसका एक पूरी हिस्ट्री लेते हैं, उसका पूरा डायग्नोसिस बनाते हैं।
रोशनी क्लिनिक में जब पेशेंट पहली बार आता है तो उसके रजिस्ट्रेशन के बाद हम लोग सबसे पहले तो पूरा उसका एंथ्रोपोमेट्रिक मेजर्स लेते हैं, वेट, हाइट, वेस्ट सर्कमफ्रेंस, नेक सर्कमफ्रेंस, वेट हाइट रेशियो, क्योंकि ये पीसीओएस में बहुत ऑल्टर हो जाता है। पेशेंट्स को जब हम देखते हैं, उनके इन्वेस्टिगेशंस कराते हैं और उनको मालूम पड़ता है कि ये पीसीओएस है, तो हमारे जो CHO स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो इनका वेट लेते हैं, कैसी डाइट लेनी है, क्या एक्सरसाइज करनी है, क्या चीज़ खानी है, क्या नहीं खाना है, दवाई किस तरह से खानी है, किस समय इन्वेस्टिगेशंस करानी है, ये सारी जानकारी इनको देते हैं। पूरा होलिस्टिकली हम उसको ट्रीट करते हैं। ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स एक साइको सोशल प्रॉब्लम्स पीसीओएस में होते हैं जिसको हम लोग अक्सर नज़रअंदाज करते हैं।
रोशनी क्लिनिक का माहौल एक बड़ा फैमिलियर पारिवारिक टाइप का माहौल है। महिलाएं अपनी अंदरूनी शिकायत, समस्या एकदम खुल करके नहीं बता पाती थी, वो इस माहौल के कारण अपनी सारी समस्याएं खुल करके बताती हैं। और बहुत सारे मरीज ऐसे हैं जिनका यहाँ इलाज होने के बाद उन्होंने गर्भधारण किया और उनके सामान्य बच्चे पैदा हुए। इसमें मैडम रचना दुबे का बहुत अहम योगदान है। उन्होंने रोशनी क्लिनिक को अपने एक मोटो के रूप में लेकर के उसको बराबर संचालित कर रही हैं और समाज को उसका फायदा बराबर मिल रहा है।
मैं हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर इंचार्ज होने के नाते आप सबको ये इन्फॉर्मेशन देना चाहती हूँ कि पीसीओएस की जागरूकता बहुत ही ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि ये देखा गया है कई स्टडीज़ में कि लगभग 36% विमेन जो रिप्रोडक्टिव एज ग्रुप की होती हैं उनमें पीसीओएस के लक्षण मिलते हैं। तो यदि हम समय रहते इसको कंट्रोल कर लें, लाइफस्टाइल से, मेडिसिन से, एक्सरसाइज से अपने दिनचर्या को इम्प्रूव कर लें, तो ये प्रॉब्लम आगे प्रोग्रेस नहीं करेगी। हम देखते हैं ये सारी पेशेंट्स जो होती हैं अगर लेट स्टेज में आती हैं तो इनफर्टिलिटी के साथ आती हैं, मोटापे के जो दुष्प्रभाव होते हैं वो इनमें होते हैं, डायबिटीज़ होती है, हाइपरटेंशन होती है, बच्चे होने में दिक्कत होती है, जो बच्चे होते हैं उनमें भी पीसी होने की फिर संभावना ज़्यादा रहती है। तो ये सारे प्रॉब्लम से अगर आप छुटकारा पाना चाहते हैं तो